Slash rational fear that I have to this day would be my fear of clowns. Clowns have terrified me for pretty much my entire life, for all 19 years of it. I would say that it started at my first birthday when my parents had hired, I think his name was Billy the Dancing Clown, to dance and perform tricks at my birthday party. And I don't remember any of it, but the only thing that I can remember is that I was probably scared and traumatized. It's probably not a very fun experience for me. This has also continued on later in my life with things such as It, which is the Pennywise the Dancing Clown based on like the Stephen King book. I feel like that has really scared me as well. And also there's this one store in Soho that I usually pass by, and it's called like Killer Clowns. And I refuse to walk past it because it absolutely frightens me, and I want nothing to do with it. Um, when people see me, they think that I'm actually quite serious, but I actually laugh a lot, and even the littlest things make me laugh. Usually in public, I usually have my hoodie on or a beanie on. I usually keep to myself, just minding my own business. I feel like that's something that has been instilled with me for most of my life with like my parents. I feel like they always told me like kind of mind my own business, don't like interrupt anybody else's business. Kind of keep to yourself. And I feel like that's kind of limited me a lot. Just kind of not really expressing myself as much as I should be doing, kind of keeping myself, kind of in a shell. And honestly, I'm nothing like that. I laugh a lot. I make lots of jokes that are funny or not funny. Most of the time they're not funny, but I laugh at them anyways. And yeah, I think I'm personally a fun guy, you know. Um, yeah. Okay. I absolutely hate it when people doubt themselves. That's one thing. Doubt themselves or limit themselves. I feel like that, personally for me, I've always had that feeling of doubt and that feeling of like, I'm never good enough for this, I'm never good enough for that. I feel like that's limited me so much in life, and that I haven't been able to accomplish as much as I wanted to or do as much as I wanted to just because of that lingering feeling that tells me like, oh, you're not good enough to do this, you shouldn't do this. And I feel like that makes me so upset when I see it happen in other people because I've experienced it myself, and I only want, the best for other people. And I feel that trying to get that out of people and tell them like, you got this, like, you shouldn't think like this, is something that I really strive to do like every day with like my roommates or just like classmates or people that I see. I feel like I want people to see the best in themselves and to take chances and to take leaps that can be so beneficial for them. Um, had I known the lockdown was going to happen a year earlier, I would have honestly eaten more food out. I had to eat a lot of bagel bites and pot pies throughout most of quarantine, and it was not fun at all. My palate was completely diminished, and it really affected me just because, having to eat the same food over and over and over again. Like, you can only eat so many bagel bites and like pizza rolls that they just become disgusting, honestly. And I still had to eat it because my parents would keep buying it. And, I'm not going to disagree with them and tell them that what they're buying isn't good, because then they're going to get mad at me and tell me that, I'm being ungrateful. So I'll eat it anyways. But yeah, definitely one thing that I wish that I would have done before lockdown was get like as much food as I can, go to like Shake Shack, In-N-Out, Whataburger, Cane's, Chick-fil-A. I think that would have been so much better, just to eat as much as I can of that before, everything got shut down. Let's see. I wish that social media and the internet would kind of stop. One thing, being a basketball player or previous basketball player and being like kind of really involved with like kind of the basketball community, I feel like a lot of the time, people get like these mixtapes and these videos on them that kind of, I wouldn't say deserve them, but just in the past, you would have to work insanely hard to kind of get this publicity. But I feel like, social media and the internet have really taken a rise that, you can really do anything and get posted. Like, you can make mistakes and get posted and kind of get made fun of. And I feel like I wish social media and the internet would kind of take away all those negative aspects of the basketball community and kind of post the things that are really good, and make sure that everybody's kind of level headed, because I feel like a lot of the time, like social media and the internet, they get to people's heads, and it kind of affects kind of like how they play or how they interact with others. And if you don't get to know me, you're missing out, because I'm a hard worker. I work really hard in everything that I do, and especially with like public speaking or homework, I really try and like put most of my effort into it. Not most of it. I try to like put all my effort into it, honestly. I try to make sure that it's good, that it's entertaining, that it's not boring to watch. I try doing that in every day. I weirdly, I wouldn't assume that like people would do it, but I do my bed every day. My roommates, not to like blurt their business, but they're not the best at doing it. But I like start my bed, like I do my bed every day in the morning. I try and get breakfast. I try and work hard, with everything that I do, whether that's like waking up and making sure that I work out, or that, I get my homework turned in on time. Unfortunately, this wasn't turned in on time, but I'm trying and working harder every day to try and show progress and get better.